What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about muln, just what I'm watching on Friday. Hey, I logged into that live conference and they connected me to an old video apparently. I guess it was postponed until January 19th. So what we can do is just kind of look back on the charts here. 11:30 market time would be about 9:30 there in California. So we can see how the response was from just them postponing it. For whatever reason, it looks like the investors enjoyed that portion of it, whether that's retail or that's shorts or that's institutional, you know, thinking, hey, we got a few more weeks that we can play around here and flip this thing for pennies. I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing as far as the charts go. Why would they delay it right at the very last minute? I don't know. Could be many reasons. I think in the last 8K they said they would tell us kind of, you know, outside of the insider's position as far as approving or denying any of those items that are on the proxy. They would share with us, I think, what, you know, the public or the retail shares were voting, just so that we would have an idea. So maybe they saw some of the public or retail votes coming in that were highly against a lot of these things, and potentially might have thought, hey, maybe we should give this a second look before we just go ahead and force something in. But you know, that's all speculation. We can't guarantee what exactly happened or why it happened or what's going to go down. So right now, I mean, all in all, it does look like there was a little bit of hype that the vote was at least delayed. We can't be too mad about that. It did suck back up into our trend line, which is nice to see. You know, a lot of, whenever we have uncertainty, we never know how things are going to move or what they're going to do. And, you know, this is uncertainty. So we see it early in the morning, uncertainty, and just kind of lingers there for up until we get a little bit of news. We get no news at all, which kind of was news. So pulled us right back up into our trend line. All in all, I'm not mad about it, but I don't know if we're going to get the confidence to push it above and beyond the 25 cents in the meantime, or if we're going to just keep playing this game. So, you know, just watch it, see what's going on, because there are opportunities to make money, and you don't need it to go to $1 million. If you are just kind of watching your stops and playing your channels pretty decent, you have that ability to do so in the meantime, so that you're just not bored to death. But, you know, it's your call, it's your shares. Shorter time frames, I do think, you know, we're coming to a decision point. It's looking a little bit more stable, something that we can kind of track. We got 3 taps. We're not setting any higher highs. We need to. Could this be a cup with a handle? It could be, to push us to the upside, but, you know, then we're ultimately still watching that 25 cent range. I need to see what it does, if it can break out of there. Otherwise, you know, it's a perfect place for a handle if you're playing that channel at 23 to 25. Your risk to reward's not too bad for 2 cents. You just cut it if you see it drop below. But let's see what's going to happen. The RSI's really picked up there with the delay. So I like to see that. Sometimes they can give us a little bit of a false hope, but everything looks like it's heating back up just because of the simple delay as far as the vote goes. But it isn't setting higher highs, so we do need to keep that in mind. You know, at some point it's either going to break out, or we're just going to keep getting forced a little bit lower and lower each time. So shorts, what do we got going on with the shorts today? No cost to borrow average. Why not? Okay. Well, 15.53% looks like the shorts might have come in a little bit stronger. 230.86 million. So it is increasing. I mean, we see increases, we see decreases, but it's just gradually climbing every so what, every 2 or 3 days, it looks like we get a little bit of decrease and a little bit more of an increase, a little bit of a decrease. So they're playing. No cost to borrow average data for you right now. Unfortunately, utilization still at 100%, which is perfect to see. Estimating, I guess over the long term, somewhere around 9.83. We know that was around 11-12% as of yesterday, so I wouldn't expect that to change too much, especially with the shorts going up. So yeah, maybe we'll get a couple more weeks, few more weeks of being able to play around here in these levels and just continue to possibly lower your average if that's your game plan, or reduce some of your long-term risk with a little bit of side capital, or just continue to do what you're doing. I don't know if you're averaging down. You obviously you're not buying on the highs. Hopefully this trend line up here anywhere in the 25 range, we know that's the high side of the game. Right now, the 21-22 cents has been the low side of the game. At some point, that 21-22 could give out, and if you're playing that part of it, have a tight stop loss, have a trading plan, have something in place if you're playing, by the bottoms, because at some point the bottom could be a lower bottom, and it's given us a little bit of confidence for the short term that generally, it's an easy 4 or 5 cent gain to the other side, but at some point it doesn't have to do that. So don't find yourself trapped if you're playing that low 21-22 cent range, just thinking, yeah, it's gonna make me 3 cents every time. It doesn't have to. So let's see if we can get this breakout. Let's see how it goes. Again, we're holding okay. It's just consolidating down. It's going to make its decision. We may not see that decision here by the end of Friday. It could very well wait into, I guess we're going into Tuesday, because Monday's going to be a holiday. So we'll be going into Tuesday of next week, more than likely, if nothing major is going to happen, and if we don't have anything major happening, like the vote news coming out to one direction or the other. I'm going to just watch it. I'm going to watch it in our box that we've been playing, and that is what it is. But you can see a lot of good buying volume that came in here after just knowing that the vote had been pushed off. Just blue bars, not like super high volume, but at least they're blue bars and not white bars, so we know that we got a little bit of positive influence out of that not actually coming down. I think there's more people than just me that don't want to see that much more dilution, or especially a reverse split authorized. I would love to see that delayed as long as possible. I also think muln could probably be pretty much out of shares almost at this point, so their selling pressure is not coming in here with the shorts. So I'm excited to get 2 or 3 weeks maybe with muln having very limited ammo that they can throw out here and try to dilute further, and we'll just see how maybe a little bit of buying pressure versus short selling pressure coming in could actually play out, because we haven't seen that in a long time. It's just been getting crushed down with the both of those, unfortunately, just hammering for such a long time. So I am excited to see how it plays out, if muln might be out of ammunition for just 2 or 3 weeks, and we'll go from there. But I hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope you stay safe, make good decisions. I hope you had a good day in the markets. I did not trade anything in the markets today. I took the day off, and it's fine. Sometimes you take a day off and you don't trade. Some days you want to take a day off from work and you don't, you call in sick or you don't go to work. Same thing with the markets. You just need a little bit of a break. You see how things are moving. If it looks like a good day, maybe you'll jump in, but if it looks like a choppy day and you just don't want to throw your capital out there and you don't want to stress about anything and you just want a day off, hey, if it's your job, take a day off when you want a day off. You don't have to trade every day. It's okay. But let's watch and see what happens, and we will go from there. I'll catch you guys over the weekend, or I will catch you on Tuesday for sure. Long weekend, I'll probably do something over the weekend, I would imagine. So, again, stay safe. As always, stay golden, people, and may your accounts stay green.